Hello everyone, welcome back to Edible Abundance Homestead. I'm Ginger and today is August 14th. Today I'm out here in my hot, stuffy chicken coop because a couple nights ago I was sitting up on the computer and I did a little shopping. Now, I don't know what most people shop for at night on the computer, maybe after having an adult beverage or two. This is what I shop for. I got 10 more Cornish cross chickens for meat. And I had to have a minimum of 15 and I got free shipping, which like saved me 20 bucks. So I got 5 more layers. 3 Buff Orpingtons and 2 White Leghorns. I think, or maybe the other way around, I don't remember. So, I did this like Sunday night. The chicks got shipped on Monday. Yesterday was Tuesday, and we were out of the house all day, basically. So I didn't have time to get anything ready, and I knew that they'd probably be here early this morning. This is Wednesday. And I just didn't have anything ready. So this morning has been a nonstop scramble. I did get the food yesterday, actually, so I did have that going, which I have a hen sitting on eggs, a broody, and so I needed chick food anyway, which was part of why I just went ahead and got more chicks. That, and we definitely don't have enough chicken in the freezer to last the winter. This might not even be enough to last the winter for our family, but it's closer than what I've got now. So, this morning, bright and early, post office called, went and picked them up at the post office, ran to Tractor Supply because I did not have the little pine shaving bedding for them. Had to, since we were out anyway, ran another quick errand while we were out. Came back here and got their area set up. I had to bring this fencing out of the shed and put it around their area because they're in the same coop as my big girls. That's the best place I have to put them. Created a little corner for them that they're mostly protected from the big girls. I'm gonna stand up. It is possible for my bigger chickens to get in here, but this deters them, discourages them. We'll see how it goes. So I got their water out here, their food is out here and ready, and yeah, here we are. 3 days later. So I'm going to, I'm gonna dip each of their beaks in the water. I'll see if I can get this so I can actually show you that. Here they are. So there's the one. These are primarily the Cornish cross. There's a couple, this one looks a little smaller. This is probably the White Leghorn. But anyway, so I'm taking them out one by one, dipping their beaks in the water. I should be counting them when I do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oopsie. Here, buddy. 10, 11, 12, oopsie, 13, you okay? It's all right. 14, 15, 16, and 17. So I ordered 15, and I ordered from Murray McMurray Hatchery. And they can give you the option of getting a bonus rare mystery chick. So that's what that black one is. And then I'm betting they threw in 1 extra Cornish cross. A lot of hatcheries do. More so even when it's cooler, if you do your chicks in the spring, which I do that also. A lot of times then they'll even throw in 2 or 3 because chances are that one or two might not make it. Those chances are higher when it's cold. Sorry, I'm looking at them to make sure everybody's looking okay and finding the food and everything. So yeah, so that would be probably 11 meat chickens, 3 buff Orpingtons, 2 white leghorns, and a mystery chick, and that's my 17. They're walking on my feet, and it feels really funny. I got flip-flops on. So anyway, here they are, pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how things are set up. I actually don't have my heat lamp in here yet. I will run that out here today at some point when I get a chance. It's hot. I mean, I'm sweating. It's outside the coop. I want to say my car thermometer said like 90 or something, you know, near 90. So in this coop, it's certainly over 90 degrees. So they really don't need heat. And in fact, I think heat would probably be detrimental to them today. Now I need to go through and look at the lows and stuff. I want to say our lows have been getting down into the 70s. So they will need some heat at night. So I will get a heat lamp set up. And this area that they have, I'm going to try to step out of here without actually stepping. My bigger girls are a little bit offended by the change, I think. Let me get out of here so I can show you scale here. All right. So I have 2 heat lamps. Now, the last time I did chicks, I said I wasn't going to do chicks again until I got those heat plates. Because honestly, the heat lamps scare me. They're a fire hazard. They're just not ideal. I haven't had a chance to get the heat plates, so heat lamps it is. So you can see this area is pretty big. I mean, so what I will probably do, I have 2 or 3 heat lamps. I'll probably just put one out here in one corner, and that will give them plenty of space to get away from the heat if they need to. I think they'll want to be near the heat at night, but I definitely don't want it getting too hot in here either. And like I said, today it's hot. They don't need heat. I'm sweating. So anyway, that's what happens. So I don't know what most people shop for late at night, you know, but me, I shop for chicks. I also shop for seeds. Same night, I got some, I was on Baker Creek's website. I got a couple different kinds of lettuce seed. I have a lettuce seed for a, what's it called? Little Gem, maybe? It is a really nice, tender, delicious lettuce, and we really liked it a lot, but I kind of feel like it'd make a nicer salad to have a bit more mixture of textures. I thought about getting just a mix package, you know, the pre-mixed different salad greens or whatever, but instead I ended up getting just a couple different types. I got one that is a bigger, like romaine type, because the one I have is super tender and thin, and so I'm hoping that one is a little bit like beefier, you know, like a little heavier. And then I got this one called Marvel of 4 Seasons, which has a little bit of like, it's green with a bit of like red flecking in it, at least based on the picture. And so we're going to give it a try too and see if I can't come up with kind of just a mixed salad green. I always grow spinach. You can always throw spinach in a salad, baby kale. I don't usually throw kale into my salad, but I could if I felt like it needed, if it needed it. So that's it for now. What else did oh yeah, I also got some calendula seeds. I might try growing some calendula. I hear this chick, you know, it's like being a new mom again. You hear them crying and you just have to check. I suspect they're all fine. And they are. Trying to make sure, keep an eye out for any signs of problems, of anyone being hurt or sick. They're mostly moving around, looking good. If you've never had chicks before, they're kind of like babies and they take a lot of naps, and when they sleep, they kind of almost look dead sometimes. I have definitely looked in at my chicks and been like, oh no, and like I made a noise or something and all of a sudden they all jumped and everyone was fine and they were all just sleeping. So they look like they're doing all right. I wish more of them were pecking and eating at the food rather than pecking and eating at the bedding, but oh well. Yeah, I'm going to give them a chance. I'm going to leave them in here for a while. And I'll probably try and check a few times a day for now, for one thing, to make sure that my big girls are not getting in with them, because they will get in to get to their feed. That's especially a problem first thing in the morning, because these guys will get food. I'll give them food right before I lock up the coop for the night, because they get food 24 hours a day for the first 5 days or a week or so. So if I don't get out here early enough to let out and feed the big girls, then they'll hop in there to get to the chicks' feed, which doesn't really bother me. That feed is fine for them. My concern is more that they might hurt the chicks, either accidentally or intentionally, who knows. So I'm going to have to maybe set a bit early alarm for the next few days to make sure I'm getting out here to let them out. So in about 8 weeks, I'll be butchering chicks again. At that time, I am also going to be harvesting a few of my older laying hens. And I'm leaning very heavily toward, I don't know if you can see him harvesting this rooster. He's come at me once. It was a weird situation. I was moving things, and I'm sure it looked weird, and I'm sure I was making funny noises. And all he did was kind of come at my boots, and I could feel him at my boots. But I don't want to have to worry about my kids coming in here. And my toddler, who's about to turn 2, loves coming out here with me. He loves the garden. He loves the chickens. He just loves all of it. In the morning, when I get up to come out here, it is a fight to get out here without him. I often bring him with. He puts his boots on, and he's standing at the door ready to go, and it's adorable. When I'm out here with him, though, I always have one eye on him, for one thing, to make sure he's not getting into trouble, but also to make sure that he's not alarming the rooster to the point where the rooster could see him as a threat. That's the rooster right now squawking. I've had mean roosters before, and they are not allowed to stay here. This guy, like I said, he's been okay, but I'm not gonna want chicks. I'm not gonna want chicks after this. I will probably regret it in the spring when I have hens go broody and I wish I had fertilized eggs to give them. But I think for the sake of the next, 6 months or more until then, I'd rather not have him here and not have to worry about it. Because my little guy comes out here with me all the time, my older kids are getting more interested in it because, they see him out here with mommy. And what they kind of didn't really enjoy coming out and doing this kind of work, all of a sudden it seems more appealing. So that's kind of where I am on that. So if that's the case, so if all 11 of these chicks survive, plus him, that would be 12. I have 3 or 4 hens that I think have served their egg-laying purpose here. One of them, the hardest one to decide on, is the one that I've had ever since I first got chickens. So she is 4 years old. Yeah, 4 years old. I don't know. I might keep her. We'll see. But I have a couple who are 3 years old, and it's time for them to go. The 2-year-olds, I have a list. I went through and I documented how old, when I got all of them and stuff. So I need to look through and kind of see. These, I think the Leghorns are, my 2 older ones are probably 18 months, so they'll be 2 in the spring. So they're kind of borderline, theoretically, 18 months to 2.5 years is kind of when you want to butcher older hens if you're going purely to maximize your production. The thing about the Leghorns is they lay so well. I honestly might keep them for another year. I've got a couple older Buff Orpingtons who are definitely going, and a couple older Easter eggers who will probably go. So anyway, this turned into a much longer video than I had intended. So yeah, that's what's going on around here. Ordering chicks late at night, and here they are. I'm curious to see what that little black bonus chick is. I will say I've had 2 bonus chicks from them this year. This is my 3rd. Both of them ended up being Wyandotte roosters. So we'll see what this one ends up being. Cross your fingers for a hen. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching.